The audio is going to be peaking right now. Hopefully this little wind thing is helping. Yeah, a couple of videos ago I was just sat there. Yeah, I don't get around much. Are you a songwriter who hasn't quite found your workflow yet? Maybe you struggle to come up with ideas, or you're just trying to find what works for you best as a writer. If that is you, then don't worry, because you're not alone. We keep it down to earth on this channel, so I'm not going to send you on some soul-searching journey to go and find your style, or like the true uber creative you are. I mean, you may be one of those. Do you say artiste instead of artist? That's how you know. But we all have to go through the process of trial and error with our writing. And it might take some time to figure out what works best for you. For me, I seem to write best in the middle of the night, which is super annoying. Imagine if this was inspiration and it was a train and this was my head. This is my head. But imagine this is my head and this is an inspiration train and this is at 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, I just slapped myself on camera. Oh god, and they saw me as well. Right, I'm just gonna keep my head low. Scrap the train metaphor. It's annoying in the middle of the night when you have ideas and you have to get up. So when ideas come, for me, I have to get right on them and I have to write them down soon as, because otherwise they just into thin air. They're gone. I don't get them back. But that's why I learned what works best for me. So here are a few songwriting methods that you might want to try. The first one is to carry a notepad around with you. When you go out into the world and you see things, that's where inspiration usually comes from. And if you've got a notepad with you, you can just jot it down. Just little bullet points for later. That's all you need to do. Just so you remember it and then you have something to come back to. You could just use notes on your phone as well if you're too lazy to carry around physical paper. But I don't do that. Just having some basic notes when you get into a writing session might make it easier for you, because you're not starting from scratch, you're just building on what's already there. I always have a bunch of like half-written songs and just random lines of text on my computer, on my phone, on notepads, on like just bits of scrap paper that I got lying around. That way I've always got potential ideas to go back to if I'm ever in a bit of a creative rut. All goes on behind me, doesn't it, when I'm trying to film? Another method you could try is just get your notepad in front of you and just close your eyes for a few minutes and just write whatever comes out of your head. Let the words flow out of you like a river. The river might be windy, like the Amazon, or it might be straight, like, I don't know any straight rivers. Straight like a swimming pool, let's go with that. And just write down anything, random words, random phrases, whatever comes to your mind, put it down. And then open your eyes. It's probably a bunch of crap, but we can work with that. Alright, skipper. But what you might be able to do is then connect some of those words together and form new sentences. You may just have a completely different idea, and sometimes by just being random, you can just randomly generate these kind of ideas. Something else you could try is writing a song with a crazy time limit. Give yourself 30 minutes, set a timer, and just brainstorm as much as you can. There's something about being under pressure that makes people perform better than they usually could, because sometimes if there's no pressure, then things just don't get done. So give it a try, guys. 30 minutes, see what you come up with. Apparently Sia wrote Diamonds for Rihanna in 14 minutes. She just started playing a few chords, sung over the top, and it was there. So sometimes it does happen that way, guys. And look, if it's bad, it's bad, alright? I mean, most songs are rewritten a bunch of times before they get good. But at least now you have something to work with. You're not starting from scratch. And like I said in the beginning, it's all about finding out what method works for you best. I'll say one more thing before I wrap up this video, because my hands are freezing. I got baby skin. When it comes to writing, songs don't always have to come from the heart. Whenever I write a song and I show it to people, usually they're always thinking, oh, how does this relate to Ben? What's the significance here? Who's that person he's talking about? And they try and piece together a puzzle in their head that sometimes just doesn't exist. A lot of writers say you should just write what you know. And while I do agree with that, I think it's quite narrow-minded in a way, because there's so many different things you could write about. I think it can sometimes limit people to just trying to write about an uber-specific thing. Write a song about anything, guys. It's really what will help you improve, is just by creating lots of different stuff. Oh, I'm going to write a song about this because I feel this. That's great, but feel free to write a song about hippos dancing in chocolate. If you can make it work, you can make it work. Unless what you know is hippos and chocolate. And if that's you, then click off this video, you weirdo. But back to my point, guys, you don't always have to write about yourself. It's nice when songs are personal to you and they tell a true story and they're accurate, but in a way it's not that important. When I write, I do take stories and situations from real life, things that I've experienced, but I'm not afraid to make stuff up or exaggerate or, you know, just hype up the drama. If you've got a choice between making your song better or making your song more accurate, always choose better. So guys, there are so many different songwriting methods you can try. I will go into lots more of them in future videos, but if you did like any of these tips, please hit the like button, leave a comment below, tell me what songwriting methods you use. I'm curious to see. Take care everyone, and I'll see you in the next video. I could kick into motion and